And now we are back here, and tonight with the extra time that we have in our pregame show, we're going to take some time to talk to some players. And tonight we're going to talk to a group of players here for the Blue Eagles, a group that doesn't often get recognized maybe individually, and that is the offensive linemen for Magnolia. So we're going to let each one of them introduce themselves before we ask them a few questions.
Zach Hott, 57, left tackle, defensive end.
Hunter Brill, number 50, middle linebacker, left guard.
Peyton McConaughey, 55, outside backer, down tackle.
Joseph Lettergerber, number 59, center and nose guard.
Garrett Price, number 58, right tackle. Carter Seckman, number 54, middle linebacker, right guard.
And if you were listening, they had to go out of order because they were pointing at each other to see who was going to go first. But we'll just throw a few questions at them and see what they get their impressions. First of all, you guys, 2,000-yard running backs running behind you this year. When you got into that last game and you knew Chase Street needed a few more yards, does that mean a lot to you guys to get both backs over 1,000 yards? Carter, they're going to put you on the spot to talk first.
Yeah, it's a pride thing. I mean, people look at it and they see two running backs over 1,000 yards. We know that we're not going to get as much credit for it, but we enjoy it.
And I think a lot of people know that if you do have two backs over 1,000 yards, you do get a lot of credit for it. We gave you a lot of credit for it on the air. Of course, you guys never listen to us, so you don't know what we're saying about you, but it's mostly good stuff. Do you guys have any secret to your success? Is it the fact that you guys are all seniors, that you've worked out together? What do you got that's made it to this point? Everybody's pointing to Zach Hott.
I think being seniors helps a lot. The experience last year, eating a lot, that always helps us get the extra energy to shove the guys across from us and get them backs through yards.
What about weight room and all that? Are you guys competitive with each other in the weight room? How often did you work out together outside of your team workouts? Brill, let's hear from you.
I think we're all just really competitive in the weight room. I know a couple of us have put on nearly 40 pounds in this off season, so we just worked hard there.
And now let me ask you this: do you guys really notice the difference this year and last year in your conditioning, in your strength, and all of that? Because last year it seemed like things fell apart in the fourth quarter. This year you guys have had a lot of opportunities, and you really put teams away in the fourth quarter. Do you notice a big difference? Joseph Lettergerber, they're throwing you out there.
Yeah, I feel like we put a lot of work in over the off season, the weight room, and during conditioning in the summer. And I feel like that's made us be able to last all the way through the game and, in the end, punish other teams in the fourth quarter.
And speaking of that, how is it that you guys have made it through this whole season without anybody really taking any kind of a big injury? Is that a lot to go with your conditioning as well? Peyton McConaughey.
I think a lot of it's just sucking it up and playing through the pain, because there have been injuries, and we've just played through it.
Yeah, nobody that's had to, actually come out of a game for any length of time or anything like that. So is that another pride thing? You don't want to be the first guy to go out of a game and be the one that everybody gets on. You're all shaking your heads, but nobody pointed at anybody for me to get an answer from.
Let's talk to the one that comes in if one of us goes out of the game.
Okay, yeah, Garrett Price, your only problem is everybody here's a senior, so you've probably not got as much playing time as you deserved. Are you hoping one of them gets hurt?
I don't really hope for it, but I'm happy to come in whenever one of them does go down.
That is the other thing, too, the fact that all you guys are seniors. And how many football games, anybody have an estimate? How many football games you guys have all played together? And from the days that some of you, I know maybe didn't all start at the same time. Any clue how many you've played?
46 in high school so far. Then you got to add 6 seasons in middle school. So probably 106 games.
That's third grade.
Yeah.
Close to 100 games. I mean, I never even thought about that, being a number that high, that you guys would have been out there on the field together like that, some of you, and that's just quite amazing. So here we go. Now we're into the playoffs. This may be your only chance to get any kind of airtime here because they don't often get quotes from the offensive linemen, but a lot of you get to play defensive line too. Do any of you, what's your preference, offense, defense, or does it matter you just like being out on the field? Anybody have anything there that they want to share? Carter, second, what do you like the most?
I prefer defense. I enjoy tackling the ball carrier more than hitting some big lineman.
Well, let me ask you this then. Since you and Bro here are the two that are out there, the pulling guards most of the time, do you ever get more excited when you hear that kind of play coming in, or is it just one play call is the same as any other?
Well, I mean, most plays the guards pull, so I mean, I guess we've gotten pretty used to pulling. It's just like any other play.
So, you guys are just full of all kinds of stuff there to talk about here today. So, we'll just wrap this up here with one final question. I know we're coming in, to the playoffs, and every game's a big game and all, but if you don't make it up to Wheeling Island Stadium, is this going to feel like a disappointment? Is that the only goal that you guys have?
Yes, it'll be a very, very big disappointment to us and the rest of the team. We come in this season with one goal set, one mindset that we're going to make it there in December, and we're going to achieve that goal. We plan to keep that, and we just hope to keep moving forward through November and on to the first week of December.
And with that, we'll have to wrap up our interview with the offensive line of the Magnolia Blue Eagles. Guys, good job so far all this year, and good luck here tonight. And we're going to take a break, and we'll come back with more of our pregame coverage here on Power Country 99.5, AM 1330, and 93.1 FM.
Hi, Mom.